Welcome to your CUNY BA community. I'm Jody Clark-Weissman, Academic Director, kicking off your orientation, which was created to help get you started on your CUNY BA journey, take you through your next steps, and answer your questions. So congratulations for choosing to make yourself exceptional. We chose you to join the program because we know that you can do it. We know that you're up to the challenge. So you all are now officially laureates, as in baccalaureates, people honored for their intellectual or creative endeavors. So our theme tonight is about connecting you to opportunities and to us, and to make sure that you feel ready for takeoff. It's important for you to meet other people. So if you would take a moment to introduce yourself in the chat, your name, what you're studying, to the extent you know what it is, and your home campus. Put that in the chat so you all can say hi to each other, meet each other. You have a home with us here at CUNY BA, so we hope you will share that identity proudly. You will see laurel wreaths everywhere with our motto, Esse sui generis, to be one of a kind, also reflecting that laureate identity. So tonight we have a couple of goals besides just meeting people and building your confidence. We encourage you to turn on your cameras, but we want you to know that even though your major might be unique, you're not alone. You have a whole team to help you. So we're going to also take you through next steps and paint a picture of opportunities, introduce you to some special opportunities that you have only as a CUNY BA student and how you can find out more about them. And we're going to answer your questions in a circle of trust. And at the very end of this session, we're going to have a short information fair for the last about 10 or 15 minutes with breakout rooms for you to ask questions on specific areas or to hang out with other students and ask general questions. But first, to kick us off, let's give a welcome to Dean Peterson, Senior Vice President and Dean for Academic Initiatives and Strategic Innovation, and the CUNY BA.
Hey, good evening, and I'm sitting here watching the chat, and this is great to see where you all are coming in from and all of the amazing concentrations that you have. I'm just really happy to be with you all this evening to welcome you to the CUNY BA and to the Graduate Center, which is the administrative home for the program. And we hope to see you here on campus at 365 Fifth Avenue. Lots happening here. You have a great team of faculty, staff, and fellows who are here to support you along your journey. And so I wish you all the best. We have a lot to go over tonight, so while I could speak for quite a while, I'm not going to do that tonight, but we'll catch up with you all soon. And with that, Jody, I'm going to turn it back to you and Tracy and the team so we can dive right into it.
Hi everyone, my name is Tracy Mejia Ureña. I'm the Scholarships and Events Specialist for CUNY BA. And before we continue with tonight's program, we have a quick community icebreaker. You should see a poll launching on your screens right now. And this poll has two questions. The first one is my aha moment, realizing a traditional major wasn't the right fit, occurred when, and you have a couple choices there. If none of the choices apply to you, you could put your answer in the chat. And then question number two is what integrating experience that will tie your degree together are you most interested in? And we refer to the high impact practices like internships, capstone, independent study. You could pick choices, and if nothing applies, you could share in the chat as well. So I'll give you a couple more seconds. I see that students are responding, and then we'll share the results. So for question number one, this is interesting. Okay, many of you couldn't find a major that combined your interests. Some of you felt that the majors existing limited the scope of your fields. There was a specific problem requiring interdisciplinary knowledge. That's nice. All of the above or something else. That's good. We have a good spread on that. But everyone is finding their way into why the CUNY BA program is a good fit. And then the integrating experiences, we have internships, independent study, capstone, research and thesis, portfolios. We also have support for that. We'll definitely be learning about all of those experiences here at CUNY BA.
Thank you. Tracy. Welcome again. CUNY BA really is an adventure, and we just want to say from the very beginning, it's okay that you don't know everything. It's really a mindset shift. You are looking for a growth journey. You're going to figure things out as you go along, as long as you're open to learning, and we encourage you to say yes to opportunities. So let's just dive right into the next 3 steps for you. So the first thing you're going to do is to assemble a chorus of voices to help you. Of course, you have your assigned CUNY BA academic advisor, but you're also going to find faculty mentors, maybe mentors in your field or people working in the profession, and you'll have each other. Even if you're studying the similar things, great. Many of you will be studying different things. You can still be terrific resources for each other. So starting with your academic advisors, I will turn it over to Kate and Rafal.
Hey everyone, I am Kate McPherson. I am Senior Academic Advisor here, and I'd like my counterpart, Rafal Zarowski, to join me on screen. So you've all met with one or the other of us, and we are here to kind of shepherd you through this journey. So we've all had at least one initial meeting, and we are available to you year-round by appointment. And I'm going to strongly encourage you to take advantage of that. Can we go to the next slide? So we are part of your team, and we are here to help you keep track of the big picture of your degree. So in addition to the traditional sense of advising, we're going to help you navigate everything that goes along with this degree. So that means things like getting registered and filing e-permits. It means looking for faculty mentors, all of the kind of logistics, bureaucracy, the layers that go into getting from this point to graduation. And of course, we're going to help you do the traditional stuff like understand and keep track of your degree requirements. I'm sorry, I can't see the slides. Like I said, we're here year round. We work by appointment. You are able to reach out to us by email at any time. We use that as a kind of first touch. And then from there, we can schedule phone calls, we can schedule appointments. Each of us maintains drop-in hours during the semester where you can just pop in on Zoom to ask quick questions, kind of like low stakes, not huge preparation sort of appointments. We can meet to go over requirements. We can meet to answer questions. Really use us as your kind of resource and your primary contact at the program. Some general advice, like really use us and use other advisors that you may have if you're part of a program like SEEK or you're a Macaulay student or you're in an honors program. Take advantage of that. We have ASAP and ACE students sometimes. Whoever is already part of your team, I think should remain on your team. I am going to ask you not to use DegreeWorks. We are not available in the middle of the night. We are not as easy as pressing a button, but we are, for better or worse, your human version of DegreeWorks now. And so you're not going to have access to track your requirements on your own, but that is something that Rafal and I can do for you throughout the year. So come to us. Avoid DegreeWorks. It will cause confusion for you. It is not updated with the CUNY BA degree requirements. I'm going to ask you to be proactive. The more you plan, the further ahead you tackle things, the better you're going to position yourself to get all of the opportunities that you need, access to the classes, the permissions, what have you. You are going to be in much better shape registering at the beginning of the process, at the beginning of the cycle, than you are at the last minute. And it really sets us up to be able to do everything possible to assist you, to advocate for you when necessary, and to guide you through the process. So communicating, planning ahead, reading. We are a tiny staff. You're looking at fully half of us, if not more. And we don't produce a lot of stuff to waste your time. We don't have a marketing department. We don't have a fundraising team. If you get an email from us, I guarantee you that it's worth your time. And finally, I want you to seek out and embrace and say yes to opportunities. I think that this is what makes the difference for students. Attend workshops, come to lectures, conferences, open houses, learn about studying abroad, learn about internships and scholarships. There are so many opportunities available to you through CUNY BA, through your home campus, and then other CUNY-wide opportunities and opportunities that exist beyond the university. It takes some work to find them. We're going to kind of serve them up to you in the emails that I mentioned and the communications, and so that's why they're worth your time. But really think about all of the things that go into your education, and not just your classes. So we have a number of different ways for you to connect with us. We send a monthly newsletter, which you'll start receiving soon if you haven't already. We have a whole host of virtual and in-person events, and we'll show you that calendar and share some links so you can register shortly. We are pretty active on social media, so you've got our handle here. We're on all the platforms. And then finally, we've got this team of 7 really awesome doctoral fellows who do a lot of the behind the scenes work with the communications and workshops and events, and we're actually going to hear from them next. So let me go ahead and introduce them.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the CUNY BA program. We just wanted to introduce ourselves briefly. We are the group of graduate fellows who are working for this program. My name is Flora Brandel. I'm the senior graduate fellow. I'm in charge of coordinating between the fellows and the staff. You'll see us all at events. We help organize events. We organize works in progress session, different skill building sessions. So just look out for our names, and we will be in touch with you throughout the semester. We're very excited to have you be part of the program. I'm just going to pass it on to the next person by calling out a name. Let's continue with Chelsea.
Hi, welcome to CUNY BA. My name is Chelsea Juliet. I am a PhD student here at the Graduate Center. For CUNY BA, I help with the events that Flora was mentioning. You're going to get a number of emails, but hopefully not too many, about the various things that happen with CUNY BA. Despite the fact that you're across the campuses, we have a number of events that are both online and in person. At the end of this semester, there's going to be a student showcase where we showcase the research that your colleagues have done over the course of their time with the CUNY BA program. We also do online sessions that talk about how to tell your CUNY BA story, or how to apply to different scholarships, fellowships, or even study abroad. So please keep an eye out. Somebody who can really help you with that is going to be Joe, if you'd like to take over.
Thanks. Hey everyone, my name is Joe Riccio. I am a PhD student here at the Graduate Center, and my role in CUNY BA is strategic communication. So this includes editing the newsletter, helping students with editing their own student posts and stories, and piloting an e-portfolio program this year. So looking forward to making content with you all, and I'll pass it on to Justine.
Hi, I'm Justine. I'm also one of the doctoral fellows and a PhD student in sociology and women's studies at the Graduate Center. And with CUNY BA, I am one of our student leadership fellows. I coordinate the student peer mentor program for first time or first semester CUNY BA students to get paired with a peer mentor who is a more advanced student. And I will also be helping to coordinate the student showcase at the end of the year. And so I will be emailing a lot. And I'm going to pass it to our other student leadership fellow, Hui.
Hi, everybody. My name is Hui. I am a student leadership fellow at CUNY BA working with Justine. Our responsibility is also to support the Student Leadership Council, SLC, to curate and create community events and activity for CUNY BA students. So if you're interested to joining this organization, please definitely sign up for that. And this year, we're also running a grant called Changemaker Grant, where we support students to create their own community service project. So I'm very excited. So I will pass it to Stephanie.
Hi, my name is Stephanie West. I am a PhD student in English here at the Graduate Center. With my colleague Casey Berner, I am a recruitment and admissions fellow for the CUNY BA program. So some of the things we do is if you are trying to shape your application to the CUNY BA program, we have coaching sessions that can help you with that. We also work closely with the Student Ambassador program. So these are students who are already part of the program who reach out to bring other people into the program and talk about the program. So look forward to meeting you and working with you. And I'm going to pass it to Casey.
Hi, folks. Thank you for that, Stephanie. My name is Casey Berner. I am a PhD candidate in theater and performance, and I am the other recruitment and admissions fellows. Hopefully, that means that I've met some of you through some application coaching, or possibly at an info session or another sort of recruitment event like a transfer fair or a majors fair. Throughout the year, we work on different ways of getting more students into the CUNY BA program. I'm also very excited to be working with Justine on the Student Showcase this semester, so hopefully I will get to see even more of you at the Student Showcase later this May.
Just a couple more things I want to add. Our fellows, like they said, are definitely going to be running an amazing host of events for you and sending some really important communications. So I'm glad you got to see faces and names, and you'll have an opportunity to meet them along the way. I want to just add two quick things. I'm going to ask each of you, I want to acknowledge that part of CUNY BA is having to kind of sit with and become comfortable with a little bit of ambiguity. You're going to spend a little bit of time in limbo occasionally between getting a permit approved and being able to register, or creating a permit and getting it approved, or reaching out for permission and hearing back. And so I'm going to ask each of you to be patient, and most importantly, when you interact with folks at the campuses, to be polite and kind. We all have our moments. This is a time of year that can be incredibly frustrating for students, and I appreciate that. But this program is built on goodwill. We really work really hard to maintain strong relationships with the people we need to work with at the campuses. And I promise you that they remember every CUNY BA student, and they remember everybody who was nice, and they remember everyone who was not even more. And so please, if you have a challenge, bring it to us. Similarly, you are going to start, if you have not already, looking for a peer mentor. I'm sorry, not a peer mentor. You're going to start looking for a faculty mentor. For part of your team, I apologize, you are going to sign up to get a peer mentor. This is one of the programs that the fellows mentioned, which I truly cannot endorse strongly enough. This will pair you with a continuing CUNY BA student in a similar field of study, or if we can't accomplish that, with similar identity or circumstances or interests. And they'll just be like a thought partner for you for the spring semester. So you'll, in addition to having the perspective of your advisor from an administrative perspective, you'll also have another student voice in the conversation. I will disclose that the link we shared with you while you were entering the program was broken. It did not work. It did not point to the same link. And so I'm going to ask all of you to click through. There's a link in the chat. You can scan the QR code and take this opportunity to sign up to participate in this incredible program. It's low investment for you. You're only required to attend like a welcome event and then have a few kind of interactions a semester if that's all you're interested in. But I don't know a single student who has not benefited from this in some fashion. So that is my plug, and I really hope that you will all take advantage of it.
For your first step, you're going to start assembling your team that includes advisement, faculty mentors. Your next step, as an overview, I'm using this graphic, but it really begins with your narrative writing assignment, which is going to help you think about your concentration and help you find a faculty mentor. The writing also helps you think about important experiences you want, internship, research, capstone, you're seeing a theme here. But the narrative is the foundation. So your ideas will get clearer as you write the narrative, as you take more classes, as you discover more fields to include, as you talk to a mentor, and as you come to the advanced area of concentration workshop. So really think about your narrative assignment as your intellectual biography or statement of originality, if you will, your declaration of uniqueness. The narrative is going to help you think through your major and explain it to others, which is going to be great when you're pitching to faculty mentors. If your plans haven't changed since you applied, you can take that original essay when you applied, that personal statement, and build on it. In writing, you're going to define the fields that are included. You're going to explain why the major is unique and clarify your academic, personal, and professional goals and how your concentration specifically helps you meet those goals. It helps you articulate your story and why you want to study, why it's meaningful to you. And then we can help you plug you into other opportunities and coursework based on knowing what your goals are. It's going to ask you a little bit about your learning style. These are all short prompts that you'll fill out in your narrative writing assignment. So we're also going to ask you to think about essential experiences, which we'll talk a little bit more about later. I do want to give you one caveat, and that is please do not outsource this assignment to AI. We would much prefer a poorly written but authentic statement of your roadmap. It's really the assignment is a tool for your thinking. I'm also going to give a plug for the advanced area of concentration session, which I host. And we really wish we could make it required for everyone because it contains everything you need for a successful area of concentration. It's going to save you time. It's going to help you avoid mistakes. We're going to take you through all the fine print. And it's going to help you level up, get ahead with high value experiences that help you integrate your major into a cohesive whole. Again, internships, independent studies research, capstones, e-portfolio, and the CUNY BA student showcase. I'm also going to give you tips on how to research ideas for your major, how to find creative ideas, and what we're looking for in a title. So sign up for the Advanced Area of Concentration Workshop. Anna put a link in the chat for you to do that. Put that on your calendar. One important distinction I'd like to make about your concentration is there's the area of concentration form and your full concentration. So really your concentration form is like an iceberg. For the form, we're really only looking for the uppermost 6 to 8 courses. That's the bare minimum. So what's supporting these upper level courses are your prerequisite courses, your electives. Don't worry, your major prerequisites still count towards your degree, not part of your concentration form. Note that the area of concentration is an internal planning document, and the courses don't appear on any official records, only the title. A metaphor I like better actually is a tree because it changes and grows. So the area of concentration form includes just the top 6 to 8 leaves, the uppermost courses, or of your 120 credit degree, your introductory and intermediate level courses are still part of your concentration education, even though it's not part of your AOC form. There's elective courses, toolkit or skills courses, related courses, your prerequisites and foundation courses, plus pathways, of course, your general education requirements. And again, you're complementing it with experiences.
This is really the formal version of what you've all given us in those amazing proposals that you put together for your applications. Some of you received feedback, some of you kind of just got a green light. And so again, I cannot urge you strongly enough to attend that advanced strategy session. I think there's nobody who won't benefit from it. The area of concentration form is where you're going to give us your title and your list of courses. And think of this as what ultimately becomes your page in the CUNY BA catalog, if there were such a thing. Each individualized major, this is the one you open to and the set of requirements that you fill. This is a really dense form. It is incredibly simple to use. It's sort of a chart format. You can see the layout to the body of the form is exactly what you did in your application. Your info on the top left, your mentors on the top right, your signatures at the bottom. I want to draw your attention to the kind of peach colored box in the middle of the form. And this highlights a kind of checklist and some bullet points that run through the requirements that you're all following as you structure this. So these are incredibly important. We look at this checklist and we want to see that all of these things are in fact true in order for us to review and potentially approve an area of concentration. I think it's worth noting here that when you have this ready and signed by your faculty mentor, you should send it to your academic advisor along with your narrative. These are due by May 1st. Many of you are entering with a lot of credits. Some of you are entering with fewer credits. I will urge all of you that if you can submit this sooner, that's ideal, particularly if you're high in credits, close to that 90 mark. And then I'll also note that around maybe the latter part of March, you're all going to start focusing on registration again. It's never that far away for any of us. And so especially if you're thinking about summer or even starting to plan for fall, I think that that's a really healthy, like soft deadline to give yourself to try to have a mentor and try to get these documents in so that ideally you can have something formally approved to work off of as you plan your registration. And again, please sign up to attend this session. It's super, super helpful. You can talk to Rafal and me about all of this, but you will have the opportunity to be right in the room with Jody, the person who is reviewing and approving all of these, and having her kind of like firsthand perspective and feedback. So as I started to say earlier, part of the team that you're going to assemble is going to be your faculty mentor. And so all of you are looking for a full-time faculty member with expertise in your field of study, in your constituent disciplines. This could be one person. It is sometimes more than one person. As I've told many of you, I believe in unicorns. And so I always hold open the possibility that there's someone at CUNY that does both of the weird things that you're into. But oftentimes students will find it more comfortable to find two faculty mentors for two different disciplines, whether that's separate concentrations or a single concentration that's interdisciplinary. They're part of the conversation because you have a vision for this degree. CUNY BA is the framework where we're going to help you construct it, but we need someone with expertise in your field of study so that they can ensure that this is in fact a rigorous and valuable degree and that it's going to help you achieve your goals, whether that be in the professional realm or in graduate school. And so the mentor's role is really critical. They're going to help you kind of finalize your area of concentration forms. And then they'll help you curate them, essentially. You will be able to make revisions to this. This is a document, I think you're sort of sensing a trend here, that's going to kind of grow with you, right? You propose all of this at the outset, you find a mentor in your first semester, you get this approved, but then you start to take these courses and you move through them and you're growing and changing as a student, and sometimes your ideas are evolving. And so you're able to go back to your faculty mentor to make revisions for those reasons, as well as kind of more kind of run-of-the-mill reasons like course availability or scheduling, or, discover that one campus works a lot better than another for you. So mentors at a minimal level, you're looking for somebody who's going to be available to meet with you once or twice to kind of get your concentration set, and then check in once or twice a semester so that you can discuss your ideas, your thoughts, your planning for the upcoming semester, other opportunities. But mentors can be many other things. I always tell students that you are assembling something of a team, right? We've said that here, but in the same with mentors, you're finding someone up front, but as you move through the courses, you should be thinking in terms of, building other relationships with faculty so that you do have more than just your mentor at the end of the day to rely on. I want you to go into this process with confidence. I think that students often feel a little bit insecure, like you're approaching somebody and asking for something without offering anything in return, and that's not true. Faculty find CUNY BA students incredibly rewarding to work with. You're going to show up with that narrative written. You're going to show up with a draft of your area of concentration, including all of that incredible research that you've done to identify these courses and put everything together. And that's impressive. And you are not the average student. You are not the kind of run-of-the-mill person that they see during office hours. And I think that most of you will find that faculty are genuinely excited about taking this on, even if they don't let on. I will say that you're going to have to kind of quiet those voices, some of you, right, that are telling you that like, oh, I'm asking for something that's too big, or I'm not good enough to work with this person. You are. Jody told you, you belong here. We accepted you for a reason. You're going to build this relationship. You're going to take advantage of office hours. You're going to try to take a course with your mentor if possible. Many students wind up with much more involved relationships where they're doing research together or publishing together or doing conference presentations together. So there are many different ways that this relationship can develop and look. I always encourage students to, once you've done your kind of groundwork research, to reach out, to identify yourself, why you're interested, what you're interested in, draw the connection with that faculty member and their interests that you've read about, and ask them if they'd be willing to talk to you during office hours, right? A really good signal about how they schedule student-facing time, that you respect that you kind of understand that they're busy. And then get in front of them and peel back those layers. Tell them everything about what brought you to this point, what you're interested in doing from here, and then kind of work your way up to popping the question, right? You want to make sure it's a good fit. And we have some tools to get you ready for all of this. So some of you are going to find that you're talking to someone who is a mentor or who has mentored. You may find somebody who's familiar with CUNY BA, but has never mentored before. You may find somebody who's never heard of us, and I will be clear that that is their fault and not yours. But one of the great resources we have for you here is the Faculty Mentor Handbook that we publish. It's a great resource for students to read through as well as to share with faculty. It does a lot of that work as like being a program ambassador for you and explaining everything that they need to know. And then, of course, we have workshops for this. So there is a recorded version of a Finding a Faculty Mentor workshop on our website. And then we will host 2 live sessions in February, one in the evening, one in the daytime, to walk you through this as well. And then beyond that, Rafal and I are always available for individual support when it comes to finding and even working with your mentor.
Thank you, Kate. And I'm very happy and proud to be able to announce and introduce George Kabakidze, who started his undergraduate studies in CUNY BA 14 years ago. He was pursuing dual areas of concentration. And I think the most interesting and important for us is how he transformed and used his undergraduate work and interdisciplinary studies towards his success on a graduate level, his success in law school, in Fordham Law School, and then after that, in success in his professional life. So this is very interesting for me to hear about it and hear how CUNY BA time contributed to these successes. George also told me that one of the reasons why he was in CUNY BA was the fact that he was able to participate, be engaged, attend various events, workshops, special events, some of those that the two of us worked together to put them for the students. And George said that that was one of the reasons why he was in the program and one of the reasons why he was successful and what he remembers the most. So that's also what I wish to all of you, that you'll be able to say upon graduating or finishing up with us, that one of the reasons why you were in CUNY BA was because you were able to be engaged, you were able to take advantage of these different opportunities that we have through our fellows and the staff members here. So George, take it away.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I think I'm audible at this point. I'm getting the nods. Really, it's a pleasure for me to be here with you all this evening. It's kind of a throwback to think that I graduated from CUNY BA 10 years ago. But I came into the program in 2011, as Rafal said. My areas of concentration were applied anthropology and data analysis. I want to talk about the specific aspects of CUNY BA because you guys have more informed minds here. But what I'll just say personally, I mean, one of the reasons why I wanted to be in the program was definitely because it allowed me to combine these 2 areas of interest, which I had. I had a math major. I I had interest in data analysis. I was also interested in applied anthropology. I guess what I'm getting at is you guys are in an amazing program which allows you to explore the interest that you have and just, push it to the limit, and there are definitely many great mentors who you can contact to allow you to explore those interests. Another thing which I did, which Wafal also mentioned, is CUNY BA allows you to just pursue the interest and the direction you want to take your career in. And for example, I was able to work with Wafal to organize academic conference. Specifically was centered around Ukraine area. I'm saying this because I just want to emphasize just huge amount of resources that are at your disposal. Please, if there's one advice that I can give to everyone who joins a CUNY BA program is don't limit yourself. Contact all the professors you know. If there's any academic individual in any other CUNY BA school, it doesn't have to be the school that you're based on, who you find interesting. Don't hold yourself back. Send that email, send that phone call, drop by at their office, engage with them. CUNY BA is one of the programs that allows you and gives you an opportunity to really just explore those directions. Specifically, in my own career, I was able to use that interest which I had, which was quantitative aspect as well as the interest in applied anthropology to pursue an education in law school. I'm proud to say Rafal was one of my reference letters in my Fordham application, and now I worked as a prosecutor at Westchester for several years and recently switched to public defense. And I'm still at my office today because I literally just came out of a jury trial. We're starting our opening tomorrow again. So more than happy to be in touch with any and all of you as well. Please use all the resources. There's a lot out there. 4 years will fly by, so please make every semester count, every break count. There's a lot that can be done. I was able to, as Rafal said, work on some of the academic conferences, did some internships at Human Rights Watch as well as other places. And yeah, you guys are in a great place. You guys are in a great hands. Bother your academic advisors, I would say. I think I see smiles here because I think I visited Rafal's office all too many times. I think at some point it became a nuisance rather than usefulness, but I think I benefited from it, and maybe I'm sure you will as well. Like I said, I'm more than happy to share my contact information if any of you are interested in practice of law afterwards. This is an interest that came to me when I was a CUNY BA student. Towards the end, towards when I was graduating, I became interested in actually learning the law. If anyone is interested in pursuing a JD education as well, feel free to reach out to me if there's any questions that I can answer. I'm more than happy to provide that as well. So I don't know if there's anything else you guys want me to talk about, but I'll stay on.
George, thank you so much. That is amazing. And we so appreciate and love seeing your office background there as you're still at work. If you can hang out to the end for students to ask questions, great. If not, we certainly understand and we can share your contact information. So next, we really want to tell you, give you quick highlights of the different kinds of integrating experiences you've heard us talk about. Those are the kinds of experiences that help connect all your courses into a cohesive whole. They're sort of your co-curriculars, things outside the classroom that are really essential. We know that there are many bang for your buck experiences that students benefit more than others. And so we use this passport of opportunity model to share these 5 areas. Academic engagement is really at the core. It's the bare minimum. It's more than just good grades. It's challenging yourself and exploring, and I'll give you some options there. There's research, study or work abroad, leadership and service, and internships and work experience that you're probably already getting. And again, we'll go in more in depth at the advanced area of concentration workshop, but as a quick overview, academic opportunities include working on an e-portfolio where you gather materials to demonstrate things you've learned in classes or other experiences. There are capstone courses within disciplines that we definitely recommend as a way to do. Many of them have a big project where you can tie all your work together, or similarly, you can create your own course or your own big project in an independent study. You can do research with a faculty member and get credit or get paid for it. And you can present any project that you want at the CUNY BA Student Showcase. And those amazing doctoral students that you met before will help coach you. We have 4 accelerated graduate programs where you can get a head start on graduate school by taking graduate courses as an undergrad. And amazingly, those courses count towards your CUNY BA, but also towards a graduate degree. So we have one in public health, one in liberal arts, where there's also a design your own concentration, journalism, and sustainability in the urban environment, which is brand new, and it is exclusively available right now to CUNY BA students. For research and creative inquiry, again, I mentioned about research, a thesis, independent study, but we also have a research skills series, mini videos on different research skills. It's everything I wish I had known as an undergraduate, basically. How to write an annotated bibliography, how to find opportunities for research, how to use a thesis statement to organize your whole big research project, how to write a literature review. So check those out. They're on our YouTube channel. For internships, if you can't find internships, there are other smaller things you can do. You can have informational interviews. You can try to shadow a professional. We're working on a handshake page where alums can offer, and faculty will sometimes send us opportunities. Again, this is why it's great to get to know your academic advisor, because if they know that you're interested in public law and an opportunity becomes available, they can match you to that opportunity. Encourage you also to come to my Telling My CUNY BA Story workshop, when we talk about lots of great ways to sell the value of your unique degree, the way employers and graduate schools love it. In terms of leadership and service, you heard that we have 3 leadership programs at CUNY BA, the Student Leadership Council, the Ambassadors Program, and Peer Mentors. But you also can take full advantage of campus clubs and organizations on your home campus, things like campus media, the student newspapers, for example, or literary magazines, student government, and any service that you're already doing in your communities.
As I mentioned before, I work with scholarships at CUNY BA, and I just wanted to give you some information about that. Last academic year, we awarded over $420,000 in funding for students at CUNY BA. And just so that you know, these scholarships are especially for CUNY BA students. So you're not kind of competing with just all CUNY students, but this is just for you, CUNY BA students. We have different type of funding opportunities, such as a fellowship, different grants to support special opportunities. We have awards that are one time, so there's a variety of different things that you could take advantage of. Some of them are based on academic excellence. We have based in different experiences, so, such as if you're going to study abroad, undergraduate research, unpaid internships. There's also those that are field related, like we have the Memorial Scholarship, which is for students in education, human services, social work, health services related. So when you see in our opportunities page, I'm encouraging you to think in the sense of interdisciplinarity, even though it says like this, it's for these specific fields. Remember that, and you'll see the notes there, but I just want to let you know, and don't exclude yourself right away, because if you're studying, let's say like community health and arts, or media and some sort of like media connected to education and things like that, all of that is part of the eligibility pool. So, and if you have any questions, make sure that you email me at the scholarships at cunyba.cuny.edu. Then we also have a award for first generation students as well. So this is our spring 2026 calendar. It tells you here, at least for the first half of the spring semester, all the events that we have lined up between the staff and our amazing doctoral fellows. There's also the on-demand research skills sessions that our academic director mentioned before. If you scan this QR code, and also my colleague will put the link in the chat, you'll be able to go to a web page that we have where everything that you see here is listed, and each one of these events have their registration link. Those that are virtual are through Zoom, and when it's in person, you also have a registration link to RSVP for the event. Two community events that are in person that you should plan for are the community field trip on March 9th, and the student showcase that will be May 5th. And you'll be getting information about all of these multiple times through the semester. So I think you've met most of us. And then tonight we have a message from Peter and Anne-Marie, and then the rest of us are here in this call, and Nico is not here, but that's him right there. And then we have our team. And now we'll have some video message from Peter and Anne-Marie.
Hello, I'm Peter Altman, the admissions coordinator for CUNY BA. So happy you're all with us. I want to add my welcome and wishing you a very, very successful semester and great academic career. I want to take a moment also to ask you for a favor, actually. Please do tell other interested students or students who potentially would be interested in learning about the benefits of an interdisciplinary program. You're hearing about many of the benefits today. You probably heard a lot before you came into the program, and you're gonna find out so many more wonderful things about us as you continue your academic journey. However, not every student knows about CUNY BA, and many students could benefit from CUNY BA and they just don't know it exists. We do our best with our outreach efforts to let students know about the program. Our strongest advocates, however, are you. Your experiences matter. You telling other students about the program matters the most. Your referral matters the most. So please help us help other students by telling other students and other professors about the CUNY BA. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Anne-Marie Doring, Registrar for CUNY BA. I may have already been in communication with some of you as I help out with admissions during crunch times. As the registrar, I deal with all things records, transfer credits, registration, e-permits, transcripts, diplomas, degree verification, and any other administrative task related to a student record. The slide on the screen contains my contact information, and our website contains my specific information. Good luck, and I wish you a successful semester. Thank you.
So now you know, including on your team is a full CUNY BA staff. Wonderful. Well, welcome back. We hope you had a great time tonight, learned a lot. Please take a deep breath. Don't feel overwhelmed. We know that we threw a lot of information at you, but we're here to help you. If you would please take just one moment, we'll put a link in the chat or the QR code up on the screen to fill out a short evaluation. It's just for us and how we can make this session better. And we're super excited to have you join us. We hope you will read the newsletter, read our emails, and if you haven't signed your degree agreement and gotten it to your advisor, please do that. And we will hang out for a couple minutes more if there are any general questions. Otherwise, please fill out the evaluation and have a great night, and we'll see you at our events.